a little noisy across the street, but it's not a porch pondering if I'm not on my porch. And if I'm not pondering, and I'm pondering. And I'm actually going to ponder this out with you guys as I speak. I sat there and tried to formulate it, but I haven't had my CBD this morning, and I honestly am a little, that's a little off too. I'm a little unfocused. So I thought, why not just push this out with you guys? I'm in a quandary because I have two ways of thinking about tomorrow. Tomorrow is Canada's 150th birthday. I was there for the 100th birthday, 1967. And here we are 50 years later, and I'm celebrating the 150th. The difference is, when I was in 1967, I was 6 years old. And I remember the birthday because it was a big deal. And I was so proud of Canada as a young kid, and my dad taught me that pride. And I came from a family that on both sides had military people, and so I was raised with the pride of country. Now, tomorrow we're about to face our 150th, but my mindset is different. However, I have an 8-year-old child, only 2 years off of the age I was when we celebrated the 100th. And I don't want to disillusion my son. So I'm in a quandary between teaching what I know or I believe to be true, because you never know anything. Something could come around the corner and change your mind because of new evidence. So you never know anything outright. But my feelings about country have changed so much. I'll just put it out there. And I don't want this channel to get political. And if you don't agree with me, it's okay. You don't have to thumbs down. Talk to me. Say, I disagree. Or just let it go. I mean, we are different people. We are all different. We share a common theme in either we have fibro or some kind of chronic problem. And most of us are using medical cannabis or want to. Doesn't mean we're 100% equal in everything. So if you disagree with me, that's fine. I'm still your buddy. I'm still your brother. I'm still whoever you hold me to be. Me having a belief that you don't agree with does not change that. Should not change that. So anyways, do I believe in country? No, I don't. I don't believe in country. I believe that a whole bunch of years ago, the kings and queens of the world, who of course talked to each other, realized that monarchy was on the way out and politics was on the way in, and democracy. So they had to pretend a democratic rule, or they would never maintain rule for centuries. Of course, the idea of a monarch or an elite, as they now call them, is to maintain that power, not for their life, but for centuries. This is a long-term thing, and I'm not going to get deep into it, but they formed these countries in the West and reformed Europe and all that with democracy in mind, or a fake democracy, and created these boundaries and played to the people that these are boundaries that separate us. As you know, Canadians think different than Americans because there's a border between us. There's an invisible line. I don't believe in that invisible line. I believe that the powerful create those fences, the borders, call it a country, and thereby enslave us into taxing our taxes and all that stuff. Okay, I'm not going to go too much deeper. You understand where I come from. You may not agree, but now comes the rub. Now is my dilemma. My son is 8. He's too young to be disillusioned by the government so badly to see his dad absolutely hate this day. Because why celebrate the enslavement of all the Canadian people by creating that border all around us and thereby now applying tax to keep that border safe? Is it burdensome? Is it a burden to let a young child understand some of this? Is it disillusionment or is it enlightenment? To be honest, my feelings are I'm going to ignore what's inside of me and I'm going to play the role of a good father, and we're going to celebrate Canada's 150. And over time, as he gets older, he really, 8 years old is too young. Even though he's really brilliant and can grasp this stuff, he's too young to be disillusioned by the government, as well as I never believe that I'm right. I'm right for the information that I've received so far, and I have changed direction throughout my life as to my beliefs and understandings of all of this. So I can't impart that on a young child with how it might make him feel when I can't be 100% sure on it. When he gets older, when he's a teen or an adult, we will sit and talk about government and how I don't like government. I'm an anarchist, and he will make up his own mind. I love it that out of my other 3 kids, my grown kids, I'm just like one, another one is way the opposite end, and one's in the middle. I've always promoted find your own political center and be open to changing that, but stick to your guns. I never tell my kids what they should think. I only encourage them to think. And if they're thinking something different from me, they have therefore had different experience. And maybe I can learn from their experience because they did learn from mine. Anyways, that's me getting it out. At least by me getting it out, I have decided, you know what, this weekend we'll be celebrating Canada. Vive le Canada and vive l'anniversaire, and we will just do the best we can, and joie de vivre, comme ci, comme ça. Peace and cheers, love and harmony, and may your day and your weekend be as good as mine's going to be. Love you all.